Hello, students. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Praveen Gandugade. I'm going to take your physics paper 12, that is digital and analog circuits and instrumentation. Okay, now let's see what is our syllabus first of all. Okay, because it is necessary to know what we have to learn and what we have to not. Okay, so let's see. You can see in the video that our syllabus is there. Okay, which is our paper number 12, and it is digital and analog circuits instrumentation. Okay, in the first unit it is digital electronics. What it is? Digital electronics. Now there basically, when you study electronics, there are two types of electronics. One is digital electronics and other one is analog electronics. The second unit, or second unit, third unit, it all comprises of analog electronics, but the first unit is only digital electronics. I will explain what is digital electronics when we start this unit. uh, let's see what is there in digital electronics. First, if we see the review of basic logic gates. Okay, you have done this logic gates in your 12th standard in the last chapter, where there was AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate. Such kind of gates were there. You have done this, you have a basic idea of it. Still, we will have a review of it. I will give a basic idea of it, then we will start. Okay, then derived gates. Okay, which are derived gates? Which of them are derived gates? Like NOR gate, AND gate, XOR gate, and XNOR gate. These are called as derived gate. Then there is NAND gate and NOR gate, which are also called as universal gate. Okay, which are also called as universal gate. So we will study why it is called as universal gate, what is the difference between derived gates and universal gates and basic gates. Okay, now after that there is De Morgan's theorem. Okay, so when you use these gates, sometimes there are some complex problems. Okay, to solve this complex problem, we use this De Morgan's theorem. Okay, then we can see there is RS flip flop and JK flip flop. Okay, now using these gates, we make many kind of instruments. Okay, so one of them is RS flip flop, one of them is JK flip flop. I will show you what are the importance of this flip flop. Then there is half adder, full adder. Okay, there is half adder and full adder, and 4-bit binary adder. Okay, these points are there. So for adding this binary digits, okay, we need some kind of instrument. For complex problems, we need some kind of instrument. So these instruments are half adder, full adder, and 4-bit parallel binary adder. 4-bit parallel binary adder. There are many more, but we have to see this only. Okay, and then let's come to our second point, that is transistor, amplifier, and sinusoidal oscillators. Okay, now basically we know what are transistor. Okay, we have done this in a 12th standard also. In the semiconductor topic, we were having PN junction diode. After that, there were BJTs, that is bijunction diodes. Okay, or bijunction transistors. Okay, so this transistor, we have to see it. Okay, again we have to learn what a transistor. Then the first point is single stage. Okay, the first point is single stage transistor, CE amplifier. Okay, the CE stands for common emitter amplifier. The C stands for common emitter amplifier. Now we have to look at the DC and AC equivalent circuits. Okay, what DC and AC, how does it works for DC circuit, how does it works for AC circuits. Then we have to take it load line analysis for DC, load line analysis for AC, and we have to find the Q point of this transistor. Okay, every transistor has its Q point, so we have to find its Q point. Okay, then it comes to oscillator. Now oscillators are used to have various types of signals. Okay, so we are going to look what are oscillators, what are its properties. Okay, that is given the feedback in amplifiers. Okay, and its types. Okay, so if we use feedbacks in amplifiers, we can use it as oscillators. Okay, then what are the types of it? Theory of feedback oscillator, then brand Koch criteria for sustained oscillator. Okay, there is a criteria what would be the gain of the oscillator, and what would be the amount of feedback we would be getting. So this would be the basic discussion in this topic. Then oscillator circuit. Okay, how oscillator circuit actually look like, we will see in block diagram. Then essentials of transistors. Okay, what are the essentials of transistor oscillator, what are the basic things which are needed in uh, transistor oscillators. Then we have sinusoidal oscillators, phase shift oscillators. Okay, sinusoidal means sine waves. The phase shift means our phase is shifted. Okay, like by 90 degree, by 45 degree, by 180 degree. Phase shift. There is a phase shift in the oscillator. Then there is Cockpit's oscillator, Hartley's oscillator, and crystal oscillator using transistor. These are various types of oscillator we have to study, out of which crystal oscillator, you have done this practical of crystal oscillator in your SY. Okay, so we will deeply study it, how the circuit works. Now in our second unit. Okay, and the second unit consists of cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay, now cathode ray oscilloscope, you have also used it in your SY practicals. Okay, cathode ray oscillator means CRO. Okay, the big box, computer like box which we have used during a crystal oscillator to see the waves. Okay, then we have used to find the frequency of AC means we used to see the Lessagius figures in it. So we have to see how it works, the big box, how it works. So introduction to CRO. Okay, block diagram of CRO. Okay, what is the block diagram of CRO, we have to see how. Then principle. Okay, its principle, construction and working of CRT. Okay, applications of CRO. Okay, so what we have to see, how it is constructed, how it works. Okay, what are its application, then its major application. In application also we have to only see, okay, measurement of AC and DC voltage, how we measure the AC voltage, how we measure the DC voltages. Then periodic time. Okay, time interval between. So if you are using crystal oscillator as an input, so if we have to take out the time period, we can take out then frequency and phase difference. Okay, if we having a if we are having a sinusoidal waves, so we have to take out its frequency, it is the most important. If we are having two sinusoidal waves, we have to take out its phase difference. Okay, then Lessagius figures, we have done this practical, we have seen the how Lessagius figures are obtained on how Lessagius figures are obtained on in the CRO, and how we take out the frequency. Now the last part is operational amplifier and timer circuits. Okay, now operational amplifier means any circuit which makes our gain, okay, or which makes our voltage or current to increase, are basically known as amplifier. Okay, then there are differential amplifier and its types. Okay, there are various types of amplifier, but we will study only differential amplifier and its types. Okay, then op amp means operational amplifier, here it is written op amp. Okay, op amp means op-amp means operational amplifier. Okay, block diagram of an op-amp, how its block diagram is, what is the basic circuits which are present in an operational amplifier. Then operation ammit operation amplifier parameters. Okay, there is a spelling mistake over here, so just recheck it. So just recheck it. It is operational amplifier parameters. Okay, what are the parameters of it? Like till which range it will be usable, what type of voltage we have to give it, what type of other inputs we have to give it. So what are these are the parameters. Then characteristics of an ideal and practical amplifier, operational amplifier IC741. Okay, this part, characteristics of an ideal amplifier. Okay, characteristics of an ideal and practical operational amplifier IC741. Okay, then applications of op amps. Okay, what are its application? Now we know certain electronic instrument there is op amp. Okay, IC741, but how we use it? Okay, now there are many uses of operational amplifiers, but the basic uses are inverting amplifiers, non-inverting amplifiers, adder, subtractor, differentiator, and integrator. These are the basic uses. So how we do addition? Okay, first how we do amplification, that is the most important thing. And now there are two terminals of an operational amplifier, inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal. Okay, so we will look at inverting and non-inverting amplifiers. Okay, then we will see adder, then we will see subtractor, differentiator, this type of mathematical problems which are done using these electronic devices. Okay, so such kind of things we are going to study. Now there is timer IC circuit. Okay, now timer IC circuit, it is a special IC. It is also called as IC 555. Okay, it is also called timer circuits. There are many timer circuits, but we are specifically going to deal with IC 555. It is a timer IC. So we are going to see the block diagram, how it is made. Then we are going to see pin configurations of it. There are It is a 8 pin IC, so each pin has its own significance. So we are going to see what are its significance. Okay, then there is application of IC 555 as a stable and monostable multi vibrator. Okay, what we are going to see, applications of IC 555 as monostable and a stable multi vibrator. These are the 2 points, applications of IC 555 we are going to see. There are basically three modes: monostable, bistable, and astable modes for IC 555. But we are basically going to see monostable and astable because these are the most important while designing various types of electrical instrument. I will also show you, miss, I will not totally teach you, but show you the applications of it, how it works during our lectures. Okay, so these are basically this is basically our whole syllabus. You please note down it, make a separate book for it, for this whole syllabus. Then there are reference books which are present below. You can use one of them if you want, or I am going to give you notes. It are also useful, but I believe if you study more from it you will get it more. So basically study from this reference books also. Not Do not please depend upon my notes only, because the more you will study, the more richer you will get in your studies. Okay, so this is all we have to do during this semester. Okay, so I will stop here and get you in next lecture. Okay, bye.